Good afternoon, folks. So what we're going to be doing in this video is a little bit on geologic geometry, and once again getting the strike of a line, a strike of a stratum of ore, the dip that ore has in the ground, the angle it makes to the ground, and also the outcrop points of where that actually comes to the surface. Okay, we've done this in previous videos, but there's a slight difference in this one, and we're also going to be very quickly discussing how to do boreholes, okay, or the concept of boreholes as well. Okay, so it says here up in question 2, it says the given map shows ground contours at 10 meter vertical intervals. Okay, so that's nothing new to us. Scale is 1:2000. Okay, and it says vertical boreholes are drilled at A, B and C. These hit a stratum of ore at altitudes of 30, 40 and 70 meters respectively. That essentially means that A hits at 30, B hits at 40 and C hits at 70. Determine the strike and dip, okay, of the stratum, and then draw the outcrop of the ore. Okay, these are things that we have done before, but I suppose a new word there to us is vertical boreholes. So what boreholes are essentially is, before miners go and mine, or so let's say search for the gold, okay, what they have to do is, they can't tell sometimes if the ground is worth mining unless they actually know what's underneath it. So what they actually have to do is they drill down into the ground and they bore into the ground and then take soil samples. And sometimes when that comes up and they get the soil sample out of the ground, and depending on how far they drill, it will reveal how far down, let's say, the gold is into the ground. So it's basically saying here, if we drill down in a vertical direction, like straight down at point A, okay, it's saying 30 meters below point A, there's a gold sample. Then 40 meters below point B, wherever B was, there's another gold sample, and then likewise with C. So with those 3 points then, they're able to create this plane surface, okay, which is the stratum of ore. And that's essentially what boreholes are, okay? And in this case here, especially in ordinary level, they'll always be going down in a vertical direction, okay? Whereas when you go into higher level, then they might be going in at an angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the same kind of concepts that we have learned previously to complete this question. So you can see here, A is at, I'm just going to write in the little marks beside them, and there's a slight change here whereby we can see that our points, our vertical boreholes, none of them are actually exactly on a contour line, okay? So what we do is we take the measurements from up here. So we know that A was at 30, B was at 40 and C was at 70. So A is at 30, B was at 40 and C was at 70. I know it looks like 80 is beside it, but C is actually at 70. Okay? So what we're going to do now is, we have our stratum of ore in the plan, so we want to find it in the elevation. So I always project up a line there like that. I'm measuring up in increments of 10. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I only need to go up as far as 70 there. So write in my vertical heights then for them. So I've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. And what I want to do now is, so I just adjust that setting there, project those up. So A goes up to 30, B will go up to the 40, and finally C all the way up to the top. So we have A, B and C. Connect those up. So even though they're not actually on the contour lines, which they have been previously, okay, doesn't matter, because as long as we're given the heights for them, we can still find them up here. So there we have it, guys. There's our stratum of ore, okay, in our elevation view. There's our plan view of it. Now what we should do, as usual, is get the strike. So the strike line can be got by doing a level line across from B. That is my elevation of my strike line, but I need the true length of it. So where I have that point and it hits the line AC, project that down. And I connect it across to B here. And what I've actually got here now is the true length. So there's my strike. So that bit is done. Now what we want to do is we want to get the edge view of that stratum of ore, or the point view of the strike. So I'm going to project out here. Actually B is about 40, so out to there, about there, like that. I project out the other points as well. C is the highest, so I'm going to bring that one right up here to the top. And then finally A is the lowest, so go to there, and I will set up an X1 Y1 perpendicular to that. So about here, should be fine. So that's my X1 Y1, which is my auxiliary view. And what I want to do is take the heights, project on plan, take your heights from the elevation. So A was up 10. We're essentially saying that this X1 Y1 is starting at the 20 height. Yeah. So I'll actually mark them up here. Another thing, because I put in the whole contours because I have to get the outcrop points anyway. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and we'll go up to 80. I'll put in those contour lines now. Just making sure we're in parallel with the X1, Y1. That's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and finally 80. So putting those in, I'm just thinking, so I'll actually locate my points now first. So on the, if this one was the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80. So A1 was at a height of 30, B1 is at a height of 40, and then C1 is at a height of 70. So if I'm accurate, they should meet in a straight line. See what my accuracy is like. It's not bad. Probably a half a mil out there. Okay, on the B1. Okay, so what we've actually found there, folks, is our stratum of ore as an edge view. Okay, so that is the edge view, ABC, which is our stratum of ore. So A1, B1, C1. And what we actually can find now is the outcrop points. Okay, so we've got the dip angle, which is this guy here. That there is our dip. And what we want to find now is the outcrop points. So we're going to project back to find where all the outcrop points are. So this one was on the 70. So I have to find exactly where that's cutting through the 70. So that's cutting through right here and right here. Okay. This one was on the 60. So it's cutting through there and there. So if I follow the 60 contour around, it's here and here. You can see the 60 there. Okay. Next one I have to do is the 50. I've got two more points for that one. That's the 50 contour and that's the 50 contour. Then I have the 40 contour, just in case I think of extending it on. Yeah. So on the 40 contour, I've got one here and here. And then finally, 30 contour. Got one there. Okay, there's my 30 contour. And what's important to note is, and I'll actually put in this now here, we had a height below it. I know the height range we were staying within for our stratum of ore was from 30 to 70, but that stratum of ore could continue on. Okay, and let's say it was hitting the 20 contour here, and likewise, just put it in a little bit lighter, and it could have been hitting the 80 contour here. So it could actually project those back. And you can see then, just to show you there, that 81 hits here and here, and then finally the 21, I'm going to be short, and I know it doesn't say the 20, but I'd imagine if this one was 30 and we're going in a downward direction, I'd imagine this one is going to be 20. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. So essentially there's our stratum of ore. Okay, the 31 is going to be going out there. You can see where this is continuing. Okay, so I'm quickly going to sketch in that. So there we have it, guys, and that there is our stratum of ore that was found for the area for ABC. Okay, and you can see here I just continued it on both sides, and it actually helped me find a couple of other points. Now if we didn't do that, okay, and we didn't actually extend it on, then technically after this 31 here, this probably would have gone over there like that, okay, to meet the 31 over here and this one as well. Okay, but by showing you that you can continue on that stratum and try and follow on that pay streak or whatever it is that you're actually finding, the material that we're actually mining for, you could continue it on and it could go further down. Now you might have probably, I'd imagine they would have drilled more samples here as well, but that's the idea behind it. Okay, so hope you found that helpful, guys. That's that video done.